Hi. Oh, look who's here. Oh my goodness. I want to, before I say good morning, let me get this, copy this, put this over here. All right. And good morning. So good to see you. You're number one. Thank you so much. Um, well, I'm just gonna let me bring you over since you're here because I like to give everybody their FaceTime. So each being Sophie is here with a plethora. Okay, now I'm hungry. Thank you so much, and thank you for being here. So I'm going to, I guess people will catch this on the replay. And also, yeah, we'll just catch this on the replay. I'm going to go ahead and start right now. Okay, so any first time commenters? Any other first time commenters over here? Oh, here's Kim. Hi, Kim. How you doing? Hello. Haven't seen you in a little while, and look at who's here. Well, good morning, lady, and everyone. Good morning, Miss Betty. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start so we don't, because I don't like long I don't like long videos or long lives because I never get back to them. And sometimes when I'm on the internet and I'm looking at videos and I'm like, wow, that sounds interesting. I'd like to hear that. Then I look at the time. Ooh, 2 hours. I'll come back. So I don't want to make it too long, but I welcome all of you here. And thank you so very much. Love all of you too. Y'all have been so kind to me and so patient with me. Okay, so let's see a little bit more FaceTime before I actually start. Good morning from Charleston, South Carolina. My dad was from South Carolina. We used to go to I don't know. See, I don't know if it was Greenwood or Greenville. You got both down there, right? He used to say the town he was born in, it was so small that if you something about, oh, if you blink you'd miss it. Anyway, he lived in from a very small town there. And let's see. Good morning and happy Friday, Wambui and friends. How sweet of you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And we have, hi, Miss Wambui. It's so good to hear your voice. Well, y'all are just so good to me. Thank you so much. It is so good that you all are here and that you're still here, even though sometimes I seem like I disappear. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get right into it. And I suppose anybody that's interested, because I understand not everybody is interested in this because most people come to the crafting channel to actually see a tutorial about crafting. And specifically on this channel, a video about loom knitting. So I'm going to go on then. And so last week, I'm going to come back. Anybody that's coming in new, I'll give you some FaceTime in just a little while. So last time when I was here, I announced that I was going to be doing a series starting over at 75. And it's mainly to try to find ways to supplement my income because I didn't plan very well, or I got caught up in some plans that weren't mine. And so, here I am. And so I'm looking for ways to supplement my income. I keep hearing people talk about, oh, you can make money online. And so that's what I'm trying to do without going back into the workforce, because I don't think anybody will have me at this age anyway. And I really don't want to do that at this age. So I love the internet. I love my computer, and I love crafting, and I'm going to see what I can do. So last week I talked about the journals. I said, oh, they say that one of the fastest selling things on Etsy are the digital downloads, digital prayer journals, digital planners, digital everything. And so I did a video on how you could create the digital. I created, just for starters, a gratitude journal, and I uploaded it. And then I started looking around Etsy, and I was looking at the pricing of the digital download things. And I even created another one. There's another video coming after this is over. I'll have another video that will be me. I said, oh, I got it. It's got to be something unique. And so I put together a journal called Stuck in My Head. and it is a nostalgia type journal where it prompts you, reminds you basically of, like, for instance, I don't know anyone my age who, when they hear the phrase Winston tastes Winston tastes good, we know, like a cigarette should. And there's all these jingles stuck in our head. And so I put the jingles together in a journal format, and you are supposed to write your memories, and you have an extra page to write, but just different things like this. Texaco, I don't know if anybody's on here is old enough to remember when you went to get gas, somebody would actually come to your car to pump it for you, and they would wash your windshield, and they would check your tires, and they would do all those things. So this is a journal that is full of things like this. And so this is my unique journal. I call it Stuck in My Head, and it's a nostalgia journal so that will prompt you to write about your history and write about where you were when certain things were happening. Okay, so I recorded myself making that journal and all the details that were involved till finally we push the button, it goes live. And now I get it on Etsy, and I'm looking at the price. Most of the journals, I saw journals on there for $1. They're journals, I mean, and I'm not talking about just very simple. I'm talking about people who have whole bundles on Etsy. They're $1. They're $2. I think the most expensive thing I saw was some type of journal that was maybe $7. And I said, okay, I don't know how, this is not going to be something that's going to bring me in any income right away. I'll leave the journal up there, but it's going to take a while, especially with the prices trying to compete with the prices of what everybody is selling their journals for. So then I said, I'm not going to sell digital journals. I have a cinch machine. I'm going to sell hardcover journals. So then I got the notion to make the journal hardcover. So I have a video where I'm going to show how I'm doing that too. But still, now I'm back in that place where in order to sell something, I got to be busy always making something. I said, okay. All right. So now I'll tell you, first of all, do you prefer digital download products, or do you prefer the product already bound and you just pay a little bit more to get it already bound? I'm thinking that's the direction that most people want to go. That's where I would want to go. All right. So bear with me here. Okay. So then I totally switched up. Then I started hearing about, okay, you know what you need to do? You need to find a need and you fill it. That's how people make money. You find out what somebody wants and you give them that thing. Now, one of the things, I'm trying to make this as short as I can because I don't want to go on. I just want you to know that I've pivoted altogether. My new thing that I'm doing now, and I think this works for me very well, is that I am offering a 6-week mini course in how to leave a legacy. In other words, by the time the 6 weeks is over, you will have a biography or your own life journal. I believe in having something to leave with your family to keep the stories alive. I don't know if this is of interest to anyone, but so I'm going to do this 6-week mini course where I'm going to be showing, and by the time the course is over, you will have your own journal, your life story written out. You will have it either on video or you will have it so that you can actually go before your family at a family reunion and present your story, tell your story or the family's story. Now, I know that sounds maybe jumbled and crazy and everything, but I've been working on that for a long time and thinking about it for a long time. And it just occurred to me, you know what? Do your mini course. So that's the direction I'm going in now. Okay, so please give me your honest thoughts, nice honest thoughts about what you think of that. Okay, so now I'm going to go on and I'm going to do, you know what I'm going to do next is I'm going to share now. Well, you know what? Let me go back over here and let's see. We did Kim. We did Kim. We have Libby from Charleston. Okay, I'm repeating myself now. Okay, we did that. Hi, good to hear your voice. Okay, yes, both had to be Greenwood. Greenville is pretty big. Okay, had to be. So my father was from Greenwood, South Carolina. Good morning. Knitting projects are coming. Yes, and all right, thank you. So, yes, so Anne, you got my message, right? You got the message I responded to you. Discovered the wonderful world of t-shirt yarns and very soft. Okay, all right, yes. And Cheyenne, yes, Cheyenne, I'm gonna be showing some of your things in just a second. Okay, all right, so now here we go. Let's do our sharing. And today, okay, that should go away by itself. Okay, so today we're going to be featuring Betty and Cheyenne are going to be featured today. They're going to be sharing projects that they've been working on or have finished. And I don't know when anybody sleeps, but okay, we're going to start with Cheyenne. And Cheyenne is going to show us, and let me see if I can still, let's see. I was trying to have my little face in there. I lost that. Okay, so Cheyenne, these are slippers that Cheyenne created. Crimson Red Lady slippers. We're going to look at my first knitted sock. She says, I ran out of yarn when I finished this one, but I'm hoping that she got some more yarn and actually made the matching sock to go with that. So these are all from Cheyenne. And this is from Cheyenne. And it is, okay, I'm going to show you all the steps. She sent me photographs of all the times when she changed colors and how each stage looked as she was completing this Afghan. So she says her first Afghan blanket made on an infinity loom. Okay, and let's see. This is part 1. So she's just getting started here. Okay, this is part 2. So the colors are starting to change a little bit. So she says the blanket in progress, part 2. All right. And then we have a part 3. Look at how the colors are changing. And we can see the blanket is growing down in there through the holes. We can see the original colors. And she changed. And this is part 3. And then we have part 4. And look at how the colors, you can hardly see them down in there, but the colors are in there. And the colors are just changing. I don't know how she chose the colors. I guess, how did you choose the colors? Were they just random yarns? Okay, look. All right, we're getting bigger. This is part 5. And again, we can see the beginning colors. And now she's already on a green. And, okay, part 6. All right. And again, we can see the blanket is getting bigger and bigger. And we can see it now sticking through the holes. And she's going from green now to a blue. All right. And now we're on part 7. So now that was that green. And now she's already progressed up to where we see this beautiful blue here, right here. All right. And now the blanket is growing and growing. And we have a part, get out of here. We don't want that there. We have part 8. Look, and now she's, oh my God. Okay, all right. And we're still seeing, now we're still seeing the blanket through the holes, and she's still going. She's working on her infinity loom, and she has a part 9. And wow, look at those bright, beautiful colors. Okay. And now we're going to go back to show. This is what, and this was the end result here. Cheyenne's beautiful Afghan that she made. I don't know how long did it take you to make it, Cheyenne? It's so beautiful, so colorful. Wow, what a beautiful piece. Thank you so much for sharing that. All right, we're going to go now and see what Miss Betty has been up to. So today, of course, we are featuring Betty and Cheyenne, and we've seen some of Cheyenne's beautiful work. And now we're going to go and check out Miss Betty. Now, Miss Betty do you see the sweater she has on? Now, Miss Betty crochets as well as loom knits. So a lot of her projects are loom knit, are crocheted as well, which is the sweater here. But look, and everybody just has these fabulous colors. Look at that. So that's Miss Betty's sweater. She looks so beautiful in that. And now we're going to switch up because Miss Betty does all kinds of crafts. She just does, you name it, she does it. And so she sent me a photograph of some homemade scented candles that she had made. And so this was the lavender, and she used soy wax. And this was, I can't read what that label says. But yeah, so Miss Betty's been making handmade candles. I'll show you some more in a little while too. But here, look now, Miss Betty is just getting real sassy. And she's crocheting shorts and top sets. Okay, so there she goes. Now I'm going to change up again, totally. Miss Betty just loves making all kinds of things because now right here, she is dehydrating beets. She says she's making beet powder. So I think somewhere along the line, we're going to see the beet powder actually in a jar after it's dried and then crushed up. But she's dehydrating beets to make beet powder. And all right, so now she's starting some bags, and she's showing how she's going to be putting the bags together. So this is the bottom of a bag that she's going to be making, and it looks like it's going to be a crocheted bag. All right, and then Miss Betty sent me pictures of the pillowcases she had made. Okay, so she is very busy, always making something. Now, this is one of the bags, I think, from what we saw before. I think, is that the bottom of one of the bags? That is this bag right here, Miss Betty? So I believe this is the bottom, and this is one of the bags that she put together here. And let's see. And another sweater. These sweaters are just beautiful. She crocheted the sweater, and I just love how this goes around. Okay, that's so beautiful. Oh my goodness. Okay, so here's the beet powder that is ground up after she has dehydrated the beets. And then she crushed them up and got beet powder. And now she's showing me her meals that she's putting together. I used to think she was giving all these meals away, but she says she does give a lot of them away, but she told me that they are her meals, that she preps her meals for herself as well. Okay, and so, well, that's cabbage and chicken. That looks pretty good. Okay, and here is candle making again. These are, of course, smaller little tea light candles, and she's showing the process that she used to make the candles. Okay, so let's go back up here. So there. Okay, those were all so beautiful. Let me see. I know I was asking a lot of questions as I was going through, so I think we got, okay, I remember that. I love that idea. Thank you so much. Okay. The parts are of the blanket I made for my daughter, and she wanted a rainbow themed blanket. Well, you captured it. That's exactly what you did. Your daughter has a rainbow themed blanket, and one that is so unique. My goodness, that is precious. Okay, so that's where we are right now with that. All right. So that is the catching up that I was going to do today. If you have any questions or anything, please just let me know now. You can also send an email to me, or if you want to show what you're working on. If you have a project that you would like for me to share during the next live, then I don't know what just happened to my. Okay, let's try this one. All right. So this is the email where you would send your pictures to me. Just attach them to the email if there's something that you'd like for me to share. If you have any questions and I'm not getting back to you fast enough through the comments, then you can also send me a question through Wambui at wambuimadeit.com. And let's see. So let's see where we are now. I look. Okay, so yes. So now I forgot what the question was. Okay. Now, Miss Betty, I forgot what question I was asking you. That would be yes. So, but all right. I want to thank all of you for being here. I am going to keep coming on Fridays, whether anybody else comes or not. I'm going to come every other Friday with an update about my starting over at 75 journey. And so the next thing that you'll see will be a video of me making my Stuck in My Head journal, the one about the nostalgia journal. But then after that, and then you'll see me doing the actual hard copy of that. And then I'm going to be, from then on, working on the mini course that I would like to share with those people who want to leave their story in some form for their family. So that's the project I'm going to be focusing on, because I believe it'll bring in money a little faster. I'm not going to give up on the other things, but I realize that the digital downloads and even my Etsy shop where I feature the t-shirts and everything, I'm going to keep adding to that. But I think that's going to take a little while for those things to kick in. But I'm going to go forward with the online workshop that I'm going to do. Okay, so let's see here. Cheyenne says, okay, very good, very good. And I look forward to seeing it. Thank you. Fabi Swink will love you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I love you all. Have the best Friday and the best weekend ever. And on that note, I'm going to say bye-bye. Okay? All right. So, and I'm going to finish right here. I am. I'm going away now. Yeah, it's over. The life is over. Bye-bye.